Hi, is anybody out there today? Hello, I had some time to kill, so I thought I would stop in and say hello to everybody. I don't have any makeup on, but hey, that's life, right? So today is Thursday, and I'm online. I've got some time to kill, so I thought I'd say hello. Hello, Chris. How are you? I haven't done a live post in a while, so I thought I would take advantage of the moment of the peace and quiet that I had. Maybe if I put on my glasses, people won't see my dark circles quite so badly. Hello. Welcome, Jackie. Good. You're good at work, Chris. I'm glad. Good. Elvira, hello. Brian, hey, how are you? Oh my goodness, there's lots of people online today. Hi, Mary. Hi, DJ. Good to see you guys. Linda, hello. So thank you. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, nice surprise. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. So, hi, everybody. So, I have done a couple spontaneous projects the last couple of days. So I made this hat because, okay, so my husband says, "Can you make me a hat like right now?" And I was like, sure. Like, let me take this one ball of yarn and I'll make you a hat and see how it turns out. And of course, he wants something very plain, nothing fancy. And I'm like, it is so boring. Oh my gosh, it is so hard to just make a hat in like plain double crochet without any fanciness to it. So I told him I would take the one, and of course he said, I don't want a beanie. I want like a skier hat. I'm like something pointy at the top, and he's like, no, I think he wanted something like stacked. I'm like, I don't think I have enough yarn of the ball I wanted to use for that. So I just improvised. So this is what I have. You want to see it? So I have this hat. So it started out with like kind of similar to what I do for the driftwood cap, but you can see the spokes of double crochet, front post double crochet coming out, and then the stitches in between are just plain. And then I just worked these little narrow cables down the side with plain stitches in between. And this is just a light gray, dove gray wool yarn. And so I thought, certainly that's masculine enough, right? Like a cable, like I was thinking like fisherman's cable, like a man would wear that, right? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to wear it. So I ran out of yarn at this point, and I don't think I have enough yarn to like it make it quite as slouchy as he wanted to have it be. So let's see. So anyway, this is the hat that I made in a hurry that I did not write down. Anyway, so, well, if he doesn't like it, I'll wear it because it's warm and it's wool and, it's a hat. So, hats are meant to be functional. So I think it's just fine. So, anyway, do you guys ever have people ask you to make them things and then give you a bunch of specifications and you have to suddenly like meet their every wish and desire? It's just like, oh, okay. And I just can't follow a pattern. I mean, I guess I could, but I can't. I just physically can't. I can't follow a pattern. I have to go off the rails and do my own thing. I just can't. So anyway, this is I had to call it like, what do you think I should call it? The on-demand hat. Make it the like spontaneous, like specification hat. I was going to put like other cables down like the middle. I started to like, so there's one cable. These are just post stitches here. And then it turned into a little narrow cable. And I was going to add another cable like right about here and then work another cable down. But then I felt like it kind of lost the texture. Like it became just all texture. You know what I mean? It became like all cables. And then you couldn't really see like this ridge anymore. And even this ridge is not like terribly effective. Like it doesn't really pop from the surface as much as I would want it to. So I don't even know that I would consider this a successful design, but it's a functional hat. And so, hey, that's a win, right? So anyway, so I think I'll call it the on-demand hat. And then just at the bottom, I just added a little bit of a different texture down here for the last 2 rows to try and keep the fabric from flaring out a little bit and bring it in a little and just kind of make it look a little more finished. But of course, I ran out of yarn. And I think that this was a ball of yarn that was left over from something else. So a full hank of this yarn probably would have been enough for the slouchy style that he wanted. So maybe I'll make it again and make it bigger this time, make it longer so that he could wear it, and then maybe even make it long enough to where he can even flip up the brim if he wants, and then still have some poofy at the top, because I don't think he wanted the beanie style, because that's what I had made him before, and now he wants something different. But that's okay, because, don't we all like a little bit of variety? I don't wear the same exact hat all the time. I've got like several hats, and I change day to day with the coat that I wear. So anyway, it's really hard to make something from someone's specifications. And it's really hard because the man demand, the man demand hat. That's cute. I don't know if it would have been better in like a tweedy yarn to make it look more masculine. But on the other hand, then the cable would be completely lost. And then it's like that I'm not designing anything. If I just did solid double crochet, it's like there's no decisions to make. There's no design to it. It's hard to just make a hat that doesn't have any features to it. And I figured obviously that like fans or shells or clusters would be all too girly. So I defaulted to a cable. So I don't know. So that's the the man demand on demand hat that I just made in the last 2 days. So we'll see if he actually wears it. Sorry, I'm shaking a little bit. This is literally on my lap because it is. And I'm trying to balance it on a pillow. So I hope I'm not making you seasick. So you guys have also been seeing the project that I've been working with the last couple of videos with the Tunisian. I hope you've been enjoying those. So this project is up. Looks like I pulled my stitches out just a little bit, but I'm still working on this today. And I ought to keep going with it and make some progress so that I don't have too many like works in progress out there, whips, unfinished objects out in the world. I ought to keep going. What are you guys making these days? So today is Thursday and we're coming upon a weekend. Do you have big weekend crochet plans? Do you have gifts that you're making for maybe the holidays, or fall and winter is hitting most of the country right now. So I don't know. Do you have plans for that? So anyway, so I'm going to like crochet this a little bit while we're talking, I think, if I don't bobble the computer too much. So let's see if I can remember what I was doing. I haven't worked on this in a few days. All right. Checking the beeping phone while I'm working. So what else is going on? So let's see. Oh, I've been editing my book lately. So that's a big deal. So that's going to, one step closer, hopefully, to being done. And I'm keeping my eye on the prize as we go. And I just keep thinking, would the readers like this? Do they want this part added in? Do they not want this part added in? What's the best value for them? So, okay, so the comments just pop back up again. They keep disappearing. Oh, my chat keeps disappearing on me, but then it comes back. So I don't know if my Wi-Fi is spotty, if it's lagging at all. So I apologize if it is. So Christmas gifts from Kathy. Okay, apron, hat, gloves, sweater, all Christmas gifts. Wow, that's productive. Yard work here, good. Making a wrap, DJ. You experimented, Brian, with multi-yarns for a hat. Oh, good. Like different textured yarns or different colors, or what do you mean by multi-color or multi-hat? Let's see. Elvira, you're making a hat too. Let's see. Amy, you've been trying to do Sweet Potato Three's Cancer Challenge hats, but hats always end up horrible. You need to focus on how to make them better. What struggle are you having, Amy? Like what challenge are you running into when you make a hat? Is it too big? Is it too small? Have you seen the video up that I have up on the math for a hat? So maybe that would help. I was asking what everybody was doing crochet wise. Are you making gifts? Are you, now that it's getting to be like fall and winter for most part of the United States anyway? I know I do have you guys, some of you are not from the United States, and so you're in different climates. But here in the United States, fall and winter is coming upon many of us. So it's prime crochet time for us. Let's see. You're loving your new Clover Amour hooks. Oh, are those the ones, Linda, that have the different colored handles? Or are they all like, do they have different, is it like a set and they've got different color handles? I think they do, if I'm remembering correctly. So Brian, 2 different colors. Okay. Because I've seen some really interesting projects where like you use smooth yarn and a fuzzy yarn, or a smooth, like a nubby yarn and then a furry yarn, and like mixing textures together. And sometimes that's effective and sometimes it's a blobby mess. So, but definitely playing with color is always a fun thing. So amazing. You're splitting time between 3 cardigans. Wow, that's very productive. Amy, your gauge for sure. No, you haven't seen the video. Okay, yeah, check that out. So I made a little video on how to do the math for a hat. And the point is that you need to kind of guess the size of the person. And you can do that by looking at charts for, you can just Google it, what's the average head circumference. And usually, I think for a woman, it's like 21 inches. And for a man, it's like 22 to 23 on average. But of course, there's anomalies to everything and there's exceptions to every rule. And then children are a little bit less, but not a lot less. So like if a woman's head on average is a 21-inch circumference, then a child might be like a 18 or 19, and then on down. So little babies, I mean, and you can even look up preemie hats, and preemie hats are really little. They're like 11 inches or something crazy small. So of course, preemies come in all sizes too. Some are extremely tiny and some are more average sized, even though they're new or early. Anyway, so you can Google probably if you can't get the size of the specific recipient. And if you're making hats for cancer survivors or people who are undergoing treatment, then you don't know who's even going to receive it. Or if you're making hats for the homeless, you don't know who's going to receive it. And so my video actually talks about that the average size then that you want to shoot for is around 21 to 22 inches in circumference, knowing that yarn is going to stretch. And so that makes it a little bit easier because, you can't really guess what size the person is going to need. Also, remember that a person undergoing treatment for cancer may or may not have lost his or her hair. And hair actually adds a little bit of circumference to a person. So you could, they could be just a tiny bit smaller for a person who perhaps has lost hair. But also, I like hats that are snug because I don't like them to fall off or slip or whatever. So I would probably err on the side of a little bit on the smaller side, knowing that it'll stretch and hug. And it might also fit a person who does not have hair. So I don't know. Think about it. Let's see. Dolls for Christmas and chemo hats. Good, good. You're crocheting a cute little Christmas display, not productive, just fun. Christmas mice, that's fun. And having fun is productive. Santa's sleigh is on Ravelry. Okay. Okay, so the Amour hooks are very soft. They glide through any yarn. Nice. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them. Hey, Pamela, hi. Clover and Tulip are the best. Kitty P says, good. Yeah, so I like, Mary is juggling Christmas gifts for fall projects and hats for the homeless. Excellent. So I'm just working on this little Tunisian And I'm using a double-ended hook, which you guys probably saw in the video. And yeah, I just have to be careful because it doesn't have a stopper on it. So if I was smart, I'd grab a hair rubber band, a hair elastic, and tie it around this lots of times to create a little stopper, but I haven't gotten around to it. So I'll just have to be careful not to let the stitches slide off the back. So anyway, I wish that I were doing more stuff for charity, but at the same time, it's like it's so hard to find the time to do. So, and I know that, goodness, North Carolina, the people in North Carolina really could use some things. The people in Florida now with the Hurricane Michael they need everything. And in the past, I've had viewers say, oh, send some yarn because they need things to do. It's like, I think they need to worry about survival. They probably don't want yarn to play with right now. Like, I think in most part, people would rather have hats or blankets or money, water. Yarn is important. Don't get me wrong. But let's take care of people's basic needs first. It's like, I think, was it Hurricane Harvey, the one that hit Houston really badly? I had some, oh, Ellen, you should send some yarn for relief efforts. It's like, I, I could, but I don't know that that's what they need right now. So I'd much rather, if I'm going to be able to provide something, I'd rather provide something useful. Now, yarn is useful, but you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to meet their basic needs. So like, I know a friend of mine is saying that in Florida right now that they have Red Cross on the ground helping them. So anyway, we should all just help out where we can, however we can, if we can. And if you can't help out, then certainly prayers and vibes are welcome too, I'm sure. Like, who's going to turn down a good thought, right? Not me. I'm never going to turn down a blessing or a thought. You can send them my way as much as you want. Okay, let's see. Kimmy P says you're using the new premium parfait yarn for the chemo hats, and everyone is loving them because they're soft on their tender heads and they're breathable. Good. Now, which brand is that, Kimmy? Premium parfait yarn. I don't think I've even heard of that. What brand is that, or where did you get it? Yes, people in the devastated areas need money so that they can go buy, if they can buy, water and building supplies and bleach and cleaning supplies and whatever it is that they need that they're lacking. Let's see. Chris, let's see. You kind of take offense to the people saying that. Why don't they send some? Oh, you mean yarn or money? Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. I think that probably some people see people like me on YouTube, and I've written a few books, and so they think that I've got endless resources. I don't know. That is not the case, but that's okay. We can all help in whatever ways we can individually help. So let's send good vibes for healing, and if you have some extra money to spare, send it their way. And if you've got extra supplies, you can send their way. That'd be great. If you've got time to spare, send it their way. So it's all good. But my original point was, I wish that I could make more crochet things for charity, but I just simply have not been able to carve out the time. However, it's a pet peeve of mine when I'm like crocheting in the park or something, and somebody's like, oh, I wish I had time to crochet. It's like, well, you make time for what you feel is important. Like, I'm sure you spend your time on other things that you think are important. And it's not so much that I have more time available, that my life is so boring that I have plenty of time to crochet. It's like, no, you carve out the time for the things that you find useful, that are enriching to your social life or your leisure time or your mental health, or productive for your family, or, you find the time for the things that matter. And if it doesn't matter to you to crochet, that's okay. You probably have other things, right? So it's just interesting how, if you're crocheting in public, do you guys run into that a lot where people are like, oh, I wish I had time to crochet? And they make it sound like I have all the time in the world to sit and, like, I mean, we all have to find time for the things that we find useful, purposeful, enriching, um, good leisure time, good mental health, like all of that. So it is. Okay, Premier Yarn made in Turkey. Okay. Oh, Premier Yarns. Okay. Da da da. Yeah. Premier Yarns. I don't know why I blanked on that. So did you actually said Premier and my brain just didn't do it? I think you probably did. Okay, I can't find it. Yes, Premier Yarns. That are often in AC Moore or Hobby Lobby. You probably said Premier, and I don't know why my brain didn't click. So I don't know that particular yarn that you're talking about, but yes. Oh, there goes my chat again. Darn it. So yes, I think I saw someone say that yarn is not always an appropriate donation item, and I agree. So we just want to help out where we can with things that people actually need to help them get through the day, right? Yes, you make time to crochet just like you find time to binge on a Netflix series. Do both at the same time. That's what I do. It's also not appropriate all the time to make crocheted items for people in really warm climates. Absolutely. So we always need to consider the recipients when trying to decide how to help out in the world, right? It's not just about us, it's about them and what they need. Okay. You find time to crochet instead of doing housework. Housework will still be there. It'll still be there. Crochet is something you can take anywhere. Absolutely. So you can, generally always find time for it. Yes. You literally get 2 hours a day and maybe 4 on Sunday to crochet. So that's what you do with all your extra time. Where it's hard to find extra time in life. So it's kind of funny, but I'm glad you guys seem to know what I'm talking about here. So let's see. Make sure I'm actually doing this right while I'm talking. Are any of you actually crocheting right now as we're speaking? So let's see, I've got probably another couple minutes here before I have to take off to my next thing, but I had some time. And it's amazing what you can get done in 5 minutes, isn't it? Like, a row here, a row there. I managed to make that hat in 2 days, just crocheting every spare minute, in between things while I'm cooking dinner, waiting for the timer to go off. How many times have I burnt dinner because I was crocheting and thought, oh, just one more row, just one more row. Thank goodness that most of the time I remember to turn on a timer so that I don't burn dinner all the time, but that is a pitfall, isn't it? You wish you were crocheting. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, good. Lots of people crocheting, except when you're typing. Working on a shawl, Tanya. DJ, you're doing hand exercises. Good. That's useful. That's important. I am just still making this fabric. This is the right side. This is the fabric that I've been making on the last 2 Tunisian tutorial videos that I put out earlier this week. I think it was Monday and Wednesday that I put those out. So I'm still working on this. I think it's going to be a cowl. Let's see how far I get with this ball of yarn and see if it works out. So it's really a nice rhythmic, fun little pattern. So you guys should check out, if you haven't already, the Tunisian video I put out on Monday about how to do this stitch. And I'm calling it the Tunisian double crochet faux cable. I kind of just made it up, but I'm sure somebody else made it up too, somewhere else in the world. But that's what I'm calling it. And so it's just a fun thing. I like Tunisian. It's a very rhythmic pattern. It's very calming. So it's a good use of time. So I think crochet is always a good use of time. I mean, it's a hobby where you end up with a functional gift at the end. Like, what's not to love, right? It's not like, no, don't get me wrong. I do play some video games, but video games as a hobby, you don't end up with anything at the end. crochet, you end up with something, an actual something that you created. Like it's proof of what you did with your time. Love that. I love that. Love that about crochet. Okay, amazing. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Yes. Show me your work. Show you the work. So this is it right now, but it's upside down. I don't know. What else do you want me to show you? I don't have anything else handy to show you right now. I showed at the beginning of the video when I came on the hat that I made the last 2 days with the little cable. So here it is. Just an improvised hat that I made the last 2 days with just as much yarn. I just used up a ball of yarn. My husband had wanted a hat, and so we're calling it the man demand on demand hat, or I think on demand, because it was like he had some specifications for what he wanted, and I think I still didn't nail it. I don't think he's even going to wear this, so we'll see. And then he made a comment about, oh, it's a good hat to wear to work or to like work out in the yard. I'm like, okay, I guess that means you don't like it and you hope to ruin it, like you're planning on wearing it out working in the yard, but you need a hat to work in the yard in the winter, so I guess I shouldn't be offended by that. But he's like, oh, well, I could wear that out in the yard. It's kind of like, oh, it's an old ripped t-shirt. I can wear that out, when I'm washing floors. It's like, okay, I see how you value my new hat. Oh, well, some people just don't get it. Something for your son's mother-in-law, the granddaughter, and you made her a pink one with flowers, and now she asked you for a purple one. Oh, well, yeah, purple. Okay, it's beautiful. Tell him he can't have it. I could just keep it for myself. I like it. It's okay. I can make another one. That's the cool thing about crochet, right? It's somebody will like it. Somebody will like it. It'll be useful. It'll be, even if somebody doesn't like it, there's somebody in the world who would be grateful to have it. So you probably would tell me, send it to Africa. Send, like your parents tell you that the food you don't eat when you were a kid at the dinner table, there's starving children in Africa. It's like, well, send the food there. Anyway. So yes, there's somebody in the world who would be grateful for the hat. So I don't know if I'll give it to him or not, or if I'll just let him. I guess I'll just let him use it out in the yard if he will even wear it. And if he doesn't, then I'll just wear it myself. So I don't know. Whatever. I can make a new one. So thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I'd wear it. It's a nice hat. Nice yarn. It's wool. It's warm. Absolutely. So anyway. Oh, that's what you used to say to your parents, Kimmy? Like send the food to Africa if you wouldn't eat the food? Yeah. There's starving children. It's like, well, send them the food then. That's funny. Beggars can't be choosers, Mr. Gormley. You're begging for a hat. You're going to take what I make you and you're going to like it. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, I guess I'd better get moving. Maybe I'll go get moving after I finish this return pass. So, but I appreciate you guys coming to stop and talk with me and spontaneously in the middle of a Thursday. And so I hope to get some more videos. Sorry I haven't gotten out the free crochet pattern of the week videos the last 2 weeks. I've just been super swamped, and it's been all I can do to just get the Monday and Wednesday videos up. Just to get 2 videos up a week has been an absolute push. So I just have not been able to get to the free crochet pattern of the week the last 2 weeks. So I hope to get back to that. And I do hope to do another giveaway. I need to go stash diving and see what I have for you guys. I hope to do another giveaway. Let's see, today's the 11th. By Halloween, I'll try and do a giveaway by Halloween. So we'll see what I can find. Go through my stash and see if I have any goodies that are gift worthy that you guys might enjoy. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Tanya. Hey, everybody in the chat. Don't forget to do a thumbs up for me on this video. I do very much appreciate it. Thank you, Tanya, for reminding me and us to do that. So, oh, thanks, Kimmy. I appreciate you guys stopping your day to spend time with me. That's really nice and makes my day brighter. So just it's nice to, like have virtual company, a little virtual stitch along. I really appreciate it. But I am going to take off. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Please click the thumbs up on this video, like Tanya suggested. I really appreciate it. And I will hopefully get you a giveaway and a free pattern of the week will probably be next Thursday. And we'll try and get it all back on track. But I appreciate you hanging in there with me. And I guess that's all. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.